I have a story I want to share with you. One day a man found a bird that had wandered and gotten lost, and so the man picked up this bird, took it in, and put it in a box. Over time, the bird stopped chirping, stopped singing, and even stopped eating its food. The man was frustrated because the bird wasn't doing what the bird ought to do. So the man came up with a plan and said, I'll put something in the bird's food. Perhaps there's a chance I can alter its mood. In time, the bird did start eating again because that's the best it could do. But it wouldn't sing, wouldn't chirp. And it had forgotten that it once flew. Eventually, the bird withered away. And that was its life. And in this story I'm sharing with you, the bird is you. And the box that you're in is the toxic relationships, the toxic ideas. The food you've been eating is the medications that have been prescribed to you, given to you to alter your mood, to simply make you forget the reality and the fact that you were once a bird that once flew. If I have you intrigued with my analogy, which it rhymes, I should write this in a poem. I want to get deeper into this territory with you. So don't go anywhere, especially those of you who are on medication or have thought about taking medication to alter your mood. My name is Kevin, and this is The Royal We. Now, before I do continue, I want to let you know that I'm here to support you. Down in the description box, you'll find access for one-on-one appointments with me. I do take telephone calls as well as video calls through Zoom, FaceTime, and WhatsApp. So if you are in a relationship where you feel like you are boxed in and you're a bird that should be flying, but the best you can do is have something in your food that is perhaps altering your mood, don't waste your life away like that. Head on down there, spend some time with me. In addition to that, I do have a coaching program. My coaching program is live and in person each and every day. The Royal Week coaching program, working out of a diary and a journal that we've come up with to map out our 2024. And if you join right now, I am going to throw in also my custom handmade finger painting logo that you can put on your phone. It's a reminder of who you are, because you are the Royal We. Now I want to share something with you. I've received not very many, but some comments, people saying, Kevin, you shouldn't be having a cigar. Do you know how bad it is for you? Right? And they usually come to one thing. They copy and paste this thing, right? That cigars aren't a safe alternative and it may cause cancer here. And listen, I get it. I understand. But I've come across an even bigger problem in my coaching career. I've been coaching now for 7 years. And do you want to know how many people I have come across who are on medications prescribed for depression, various anxieties, mood-altering chemicals produced in a laboratory? And by the way, these chemicals, these things that are put in their food, are intended to be something that boosts the mood. But yet, when I'm talking with this people, I'm not talking to a boosted mood. That's not why they're calling me. Because they're crying and suffering and in pain. How can something that is supposed to boost a person's mood end up causing so much confusion? And so while we sit and talk about the one side effect of a cigar, a single tobacco leaf wrapped in more tobacco leaves, which God produced, by the way, I thought that it would be interesting to look together at some of the side effects of the common things that are prescribed in the culture and in a society, because a narcissistic system and narcissistic family and toxic relationship dynamics, which is essentially the same as putting you as a bird in a box. Don't pursue the things that you can do. You shouldn't be flying this way. You can't do that. You live in this box. This is what your family will tell you. In my story, that man represents your toxic family, your toxic education system, taking the bird, putting it in a box. And as a result, it's no wonder people stop eating, people stop singing, and people stop chirping. just like a bird being put in a box. But that's okay, because you can see a psychologist, you can see a counselor, and they'll help you alter your mood. They won't address the fact that you're a bird in a box. All they have to really simply do is lift the lid off that box and let you fly. But it's much easier to say, well, let's just address and alter the mood instead, so you can stay in the box and die. I'm just full of rhymes. I got to quit now. All right. Okay. Antidepressant side effects. Compared to a cigar here. Typically, they include blurred vision. I'll tell you what, I don't get blurred vision from this, that's for sure. Confusion and agitation. Well, that just sounds counter. It sounds like the opposite of what it should be. Shouldn't something meant to boost your mood help you with agitation? But a side effect is confusion and agitation. Constipation, which may become life-threatening. I know you can't read it, but it says there. Well, that sucks. Constipation, I've also heard diarrhea, all this stuff. Difficulty urinating, drowsiness, dry mouth. This doesn't really give me dry mouth. Not really. Erectile dysfunction. And I've oftentimes heard loss of libido in my coaching program. I mean, what becomes enjoyable anymore? Just the fact that you're taking a mood-altering chemical prescribed? That becomes your single only hope for joy? While it robs you of your libido, makes you drowsy, constipated, blurred vision, confusion, agitated, erectile dysfunction. Listen, let's look at some just of the popular ones out there, because I know this is just a general one, but I just was interested, and I wanted to see what the typical ones are of the popular ones. Zoloft, this is one I hear about. Let's look at Zoloft together, can we? Can we? Let me see if I can bring it over here so we can see. This is Zoloft. Zoloft causes nausea, loss of appetite, diarrhea, indigestion. That can't be good. Increased sweating, tremors and shaking. I'm sorry, what are the positive sides of this again? Agitation. There it is, right? Agitation. The one thing it's supposed to help with, it actually adds. Have you ever heard that saying? It's like you had one job. You had one task to do, Zoloft. That's to boost the mood, and you failed. Agitation. Change in sleep habits. Sexual problems. Decreased libido. I mean, what are they trying to do to people with these? I'm just curious. Let's look at another one. How about Prozac? This one is another one that a lot of people have thought about taking, or perhaps are taking. Feeling sick, headaches, being unable to sleep, diarrhea, again. Drink plenty of water so you can keep the diarrhea going out, of course. Feeling tired or weak. Once again, I just got to ask, what are the benefits again? It's supposed to boost your mood, right? Nothing about these common side effects. Common, which means if they can rewrite common, it should probably say these are things you will experience. How about Paxil? Insomnia, dry mouth, constipation, agitation, heartburn, chest palpitations, dizziness, headaches, increased appetite, blurred vision, nausea, decreased appetite. This one doesn't know if it wants to increase your appetite or decrease your appetite. Listen, I can go on and on and on, but I think you get the point. People want to say bad things about a cigar. It has one side effect. It may cause a cancer. May. And I'm not saying that's a good thing. It's not. And I'm not here to debate what's better for you or what's worse. But I will say this. I will take a tobacco leaf that God has provided and that grows on the ground and that can be rolled up and smoked any day over whatever the hell they are putting in this stuff to ruin your libido. Possibly for life. But it's supposed to make you feel good. You know, the real issue and the real reason that we're talking about this is because in my coaching practice, I've discovered something. As I've talked with people in depth and intimately, getting to the root of the problems. It's a perfect analogy that I made of the bird in a box. I see people who have been told they can't do this, they can't be what they're called to be, they can't exercise the love that they want to give, they can't do that. They have been so beaten down with guilt and with shame, beginning with toxic family, then with a toxic church system, then with a toxic educational system. It's a bird that's now in a box that cannot anymore chirp, sing, or fly. How many of you are resonating with what I'm saying right now? You see, ultimately, this video isn't about medication. If you have to take medication, fine. I'm not a doctor. All I'm here to do is to tell you what I've seen as a coach and how I've coached people. And how I'm able to see that a lot of the people who call me needing help, needing support, are desperate to feel good about something, about their life. Oh, but they're on medication. Medication's not what people need. And I'm not a doctor, so don't go out there saying, oh, Dr. Kevin said, no, I'm not a doctor. But I will say this. Medication is not a replacement for a life that you should be living. You see, I believe God has given you certain gifts, talents, and abilities. Like God has given a bird wings to fly. And if you are not living your life flying on the wings that you've been given, living according to the purpose and the talents and the gifts that you've been given, then just like a bird, you will lose your appetite, you'll stop singing, you'll stop chirping, you will cease to be you, you will turn into something that you are not, which is just a withered away nothingness, and as a result, people will come to you, toxic people, and instead of addressing the things that you're not doing with your life, they will try to put something in your food. Take this, it will make you feel better, which ultimately makes you feel worse. And you never get to the root of the problem, which the root of the problem is you're not living your life. Too much shame, too much guilt, you've forgotten even how to fly. Everybody right now is focused on a medical industry that wants to help you manage and balance your hormones, manage and balance your biochemistry for you. I'm here to tell you that the only thing and the only one that should be managing your biochemistry is you. Whether you're an athlete, a singer, a dancer, these are the things that you were created to do that manage your biochemistry for you. You see, you're not all the same. We are not all the same. We all have different biochemical needs. Some of us have higher drives here. Some of us are driven to be athletes. Some of us are driven for adventure. Some of us are affectionate. What are you? But what have you buried? What have you buried? And as a result, feel as though you're not living. You're walking around in a state of numbness. And so you've tried the medications. Really what you need to do, from a coaching perspective, is tap back in to who you are. What do you enjoy? One of the worst things I've seen about these medications is that it can actually make a person forget who they are. I've coached many people who have toxic relationships who are on medications. And when I start to talk with them about what do you like to do, I don't know. I don't like anything. That's like a bird that's been put in a box with something put in its food to alter its mood. And the bird says, I don't know do I have wings? I don't know. Am I supposed to fly? I've forgotten how. This would make sense because it goes to the headaches, confusion. Which one has the confusion again? Right? one of these, was it Prozac? I don't know. One of these. I'm confused right now. I think they all offer confusion as a side effect. My hope for you is that with hearing this message, perhaps you're on medication. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm not your doctor, but I challenge you. Perhaps spend some coaching time with me. Let's really dive deep and get into who you are, your gifts, your calling, your talents. Let's rediscover your wings. And then perhaps you can go back to your doctor and work on a way to wean yourself off of these things that are giving you dizziness, stealing your libido, blurring your vision, causing you confusion. Wean off of those things and learn to fly again. So that when you leave this earth and you die and you meet your Creator, and your Creator says, I gave you gifts and talents and desires. What did you do with these things? You won't have to use the excuse, well, I didn't do anything. I took medications instead. Now, I know this is a harsh message, but I'm a coach. If you want to go deeper into this territory with me, head on down there and schedule some time with me. I would love the opportunity to work with you. Again, my name is Kevin. This is The Royal We. Before I do leave with, hopefully, you thinking about some things in your life, if you're new to the channel, like and subscribe to this channel. I'll be uploading videos every day this week. And before you do go, be sure to check out one of these videos right here, recommended by the YouTube algorithm. I believe they're going to help you. I'm sure they will. And as I said before, I'm here. I'm available for one-on-one support. Head on down there, schedule some time with me, and I'll be back with more right here on The Royal We.